Hello, Peppers and Glow. My name is Pam, and welcome to today's podcast. And today I want to talk about why weddings. How did I come to love weddings, or how did I come to become a wedding planner? So, with that said, I want to start by saying that at the very young age, I got a lot of wedding exposure. I was exposed to a lot of weddings. I attended a lot of weddings and I went to work at a lot of weddings. So the exposure was there. That's why I say I was exposed to a lot of weddings. My mom was a cook back then. I say was because she's no longer cooking because of health conditions. Weekends and school holidays, because she used to work, because she works at a school, she would take us with to help her. We would not do the mixing. We would cut the onions, would cut the potatoes, would cut the carrots, start the fire, whatever that needed to be done, we would do it, and then she would do the mixing and add the flavors, make it make it taste nice, and because she's really a great cook, not because she's my mom, but she's really a good cook, I should say. So we would go help her, yeah, at weddings. So the exposure was there, exposure, wedding exposure. So whenever the bride was done dressing, she needs to go Poshinyanga. She needs to go, I don't know what's Poshinyanga in English, but she has to go Poshinyanga, eat before she goes to church. So whenever the bride would go to the church, whenever she would go, the bride would go to church, and if possible, she would say, like, quickly go check the bride. The bride is about to leave. So would run, quickly see the bride. You know how when she's walking and everybody in the house is coming to look at the bride? Yeah. We were one of those who would come see how the bride looks like before she goes to church. Beautiful. I loved it. I liked that part, I should say. I really like that part because brides look so beautiful. They always glow during the wedding day. So I really loved seeing that, seeing brides glow on their wedding days. And before they go to church, then they eat, go to church, go get married. So before they come back as well, when we were done cooking, we would take the serving dishes into the hall, right? So before everybody comes into the hall, so in the tent rather, hall and tent. So we would carry the serving dishes, take them into the halls, and be like, "Oh, this looks so pretty. This looks nice." And then inside of my heart, I'll be like, "Oh, this is so pretty," or "This is not so pretty." But I didn't know that I was being exposed to wedding by back then. It was that's how I got to. That's how I got exposed to wedding at a very young age. Wait, before I continue, I just want to give a side note. I never liked going to help my mom out. Personally and willingly, I was not there. Ne? I would just go there because my mom would give us extra pocket money. And if you were in the hostel, extra pocket money was a thing. You would want to go buy yourself something new when you go back to the hostel, or you would want to buy extra food because hunger time in the hostel. If you're in the hostel, you know what I'm talking about. But that is what motivated me to go to weddings. So I was exposed to weddings whether I wanted to or not. But just thought I should tell you that I didn't like going to weddings. I just went there. What motivated me was the extra pocket money. But I'm glad I went, and I'm glad at least the the money part is what motivated me. But I went, and I'm glad I went because I wouldn't be exposed to weddings like I am or was. I wouldn't be exposed to weddings at the time, yeah, at the time. So I'm glad I went, even though extra pocket money is what motivated. I never did. I went. But also, I didn't have a choice, hey, because I had to help out my mom. So that exposed me, would attend family members' weddings or any weddings that would go to. So you would be exposed to the environment, the surroundings, weddings. So, but at the time, I didn't know what it was doing to me. I just thought I'm going to help out my mom. And life continued. I should also mention that I was in high school at the time. So time I didn't think much of it because I wanted to be an internal auditor. So I was doing accounting. Career in weddings and events was not a thing back then. So I was like, I'm gonna do my accounting. I'm gonna get an accounting job, be exposed, do what. But yeah, so school. When I finished my high school, the goal was to go study internal auditing at Cape Peninsula. I remember applying to Cape Peninsula. I applied to UNAM. I applied to Polytechnic, NAST. Now they call it NAST, but I remember applying there. And when I wrote my grade 12 exams, I didn't have enough points. So I had to improve my points at Tucson, the one in Commercial. Yeah, after high school, I went to improve three subjects. I think it was accounting, business, and mathematics. Yeah, which I did in two, not the last one, but yeah. But yeah, I went to improve. But during my year at Tucson, a lot happened. I also changed my mind. I think the interest of being an auditor, or is it the interest, or is it the realization that I will not be an internal auditor? But nevertheless, I improved. I went to UNAM the following year, and I registered, and I think 2 months in, 2 to 3 months. I would say safely 3 months, or is it 2.5? I'm not sure. I decided, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do. This is not me. No, this is not me. I told my mom, I was like, Mimi, I don't want to do this. And she's like, okay, no problem. So what are you gonna do now? I told her, you know what, Ma, I can do the 3 year course for in a 3 year course in banking, finance, and credit. That's an advanced diploma, NQF level 7, which is equivalent to a degree. Yeah. So I told her, let me do that rather, and I went to IOB. That was my first qualification. Yeah. I went to IOB, but during the process of finishing my qualifications at IOB, I I I got married. I got married, and let me start by saying that in 2013, I registered my business, Tofi's Event Planning. Back then, it was called Tofi's Event Planning. And then in 2014, I got married. I planned my first wedding, my wedding. Loved it, enjoyed it. And during the process of planning my wedding, I loved it. I enjoyed the process. And I was like, you know what? I could help people plan their own weddings, not knowing that it was a thing back then. Yeah. I knew it was a thing, but not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. So I planned my wedding. I loved it. And then, yeah, after my wedding, I enjoyed it. Apart from family stress, everything else, I enjoyed planning my wedding. Even though I had a huge bridal party, please don't judge me. I had a huge bridal party. I had a huge bridal party. I had a total of 40, yeah, 40. I said it, 40, 20 bridesmaids and 20 groomsmen. Yani, back then it was a thing. I think, or we know a lot of people, or I don't know, but we had 40 in total. I loved it, even though I had a huge bridal party. It was fun. I enjoyed, and we got a lot of help from people. I loved it because I was still the one, because I knew also that I wanted to get into weddings, or I wanted to get into the industry. So I enjoyed it, not only because I wanted to get into the industry, but I knew that I loved it. I loved the process, and I enjoyed it. So I made the most of it. Yeah? In 2015, yeah, in 2015, I decided to leave my corporate job. I left my corporate job in 2015, 2 months after, I saw an advert by the SA School of Weddings advertising for people to get training in wedding planning. And I was like, I'm in. I want to get training. I want to get training on how to plan a successful wedding, or how to plan, yeah, how to successfully plan a wedding. So I was like, I'm in. I went, packed my bags, and I went. And I went to Joburg, got my training then. I think it was about 10 days. Yeah, I went to Joburg for 10 days. I got training, so every day would learn something new, interesting, and I was like so fresh in it, so fresh. By fresh, I mean I was fresh in the industry, so I was learning a lot of things from them. Like I didn't even know what a marquee was. I didn't know how certain flowers were called or certain things. I got to learn a lot of things from the SA School of Weddings. And then 2015, I got my training in wedding planning. I think 2016, I went back again, got training in function flower arrangement, function decor, something else. I don't know. But I know I went back again to the SS School of Weddings to do functions just to have a better understanding of setups. When we talk about setups, I want to know how to do a setup, though I don't do it. I used to do it back then just to come into the market, introduce wedding planning, but I don't do deco. But I just wanted to understand. I wanted to understand the flowers. I want to know if the bride comes to me, she shows me a picture of flowers. I want to know the type of flowers that she's showing me. I want to know the different types of flowers. These are which category, also flowers, roses, plants. I just wanted to know a little bit about more, educate myself, expose myself to a lot of things, which I did. I learned a lot of things at the SA School of Weddings. That's why I'm forever grateful for them, the teachings and the knowledge that I got from them. And yeah, 2016, I got training from there. In 2018, yeah, yeah. And in 2018, I decided to change Tofi's event planning to Tofi Designs, and that's the business name that we are currently using now. So we go by the name of Tofi Designs. A lot of people ask me why Tofi Designs. They come to me, no, I'm looking for a dress. Oh, you did a dress, da 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 da. I like Tofi Designs is a wedding and event planning company. I don't know if you guys have noticed in most of the short videos that I make, I like to say, hi, my name is Pam and I'm from Tofi Designs, and Tofi Designs is a wedding and event planning company. That came from because a lot of people come to me thinking I'm a fashion designer or wedding dress designer. No, Tofi Designs is a wedding and event planning company, and we design weddings. Yeah. Tofi Designs, we plan full planning. That will be start planning your wedding from scratch to the wedding day, to from finding the venues, coordinating the day, drawing up schedules. That would be budget planning and everything. That I don't want to get into details because that's for another video, but that is full wedding planning. And then coordination is when you plan and we come and make sure that what you have planned on the day runs smoothly. Since you cannot be in two places at the same time, then we get to coordinate and make sure everything that you have planned runs smoothly. And then we also design. By design, we design the whole concept, that which is also included in the wedding planning. That is designing the whole concept of the wedding. That is why Tofi Designs. Tofi Designs, if you've watched to my, this is the third one, the video before the last one I've posted, I shared where the name Tofi came from. Tofi is my home name, Tofielwa, but Tofi Designs basically is my name, Tofi Designs. That's why my business name is called Tofi Designs. I love weddings. I love the concept of weddings, not only because of the wedding day, but I am in total agreement, and I love the concept of marriage, because I love marriage. I love seeing people getting married. When I hear people are getting married, I get happy. Like my smile becomes the brightest, not only because I want to plan their wedding, but because agree and I love the concept of marriage. From somebody who have been married myself for 10 years, I completely agree with the idea of being married. I mean, God knows what he's doing. I mean, he would not introduce or give us something that he knows it's not good for us. He knows what is best. That's why I'm saying it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in life. After giving my life to God, getting married is the best decision I've ever taken. And no regrets. 10 years later, no regrets. I'm still for marriage. I love hearing people getting married. I love seeing people getting married. And when I help plan their wedding, 100%. I mean, 100%. I love it so much. So, 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 so much. So that is how I got into weddings. Yeah. I got exposed at a very, very young age, and planning my wedding also. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Um, I think I planned my wedding was planned in a short period, hey? Because November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So I planned my wedding in 10 months. Yeah, yes, in 10 months. No, 10 months? Yeah, basically, I planned my wedding in 10 months and everything went so well, beautifully, no regrets. Well, my only regret is my pictures. I till today, if you have worked with me, if you have been a Tofi design bride, you know how much I emphasize on pictures. I love good quality pictures. I tell people, I remember turning down a client because they didn't want to have a good photographer. I was like, I think if you can afford me, I would rather you invest that money in getting a good photographer because I know after the wedding you'll only have pictures. So I was like, it's okay. Don't get me. Get yourself a good photographer. I never really went to check up on them, but I know. And I've worked with couples as well whom said to me, you know what, Pam, no, we've got a good photographer, da 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 da. Where are the pictures? But I always love to emphasize and I love investing in a good photographer. So, otherwise, I really enjoyed planning my wedding, loved it, enjoyed it, and that's how I think grew the interest. That's where the interest also or the decision turned from. When I was planning my wedding, I was like, you know what, I want to do this. I loved it, I love it, I wanted, and also I left my corporate job in 2015, right? Because I used to love my job. I love the accounting job that I had. It was beautiful, it was nice, stable. It was I say stable because I was getting there. I was just starting my career in the corporate world, and then I left. Yeah? Looking at, I would have been 10 years in corporate by now. But yeah, I left corporate, no, 10? Yeah, because I got married in August. Yeah, I got married August, and in November I got my first real job. By real, I mean, I remember being in school and I was a PA at some point. I say real job because then it was what I've studied for, if that makes sense. Ne? I remember going to work. First, it was fun, it was enjoying, but I knew I wasn't meant to be there. So I decided to leave my corporate job to do weddings. And I tell you, literally 2 months after leaving my job, I went to go get training, weddings, and I mean, I went to go get training in wedding planning. So I guess by then I was like, I want to do weddings. I want to be a wedding planner. So since then, I've been planning weddings. I've been exposing myself, being exposed, being around brides, and I should say it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's been a roller coaster. I I love it. I love every moment of it. The ups, I love it. The lows, I love it. I say I love it with I don't know the word, but I would not change anything. Did I like going through the lows? Not at all. But was it worth it? 100%. Because it's a journey, and I know in a journey it's gonna be a roller coaster. There's nothing that is gonna be just on highs, because I would be concerned if my career was just on highs, and I'll also be concerned if my journey was just on lows, because then I'm like, mm-mm. But I am happy where I am. I love it. I'm enjoying my journey. I get to meet new people. I get to meet different people. I get to meet people almost every function, because it's different people. Sometimes it's different people, different upbringing. So it's I'm learning, if I can put it. I am learning, and I like to put myself in a position of learning, because then the moment I stop learning, I stop to grow, and I don't want to stop growing. I want to grow, not only me as a person, but my career and my business. I want to grow in every way or how I can. So that is how I became a wedding planner. In 2013, I registered the business Tofi Designs. In 2014, I planned my own wedding, which was my first wedding. In 2015, I got training at the SA School of Weddings in wedding planning. In 2016, I got training in function decor, flower arrangement. In 2018, I changed my business name from Tofi's Event Planning to Tofi Designs. So, and that's how we're calling the business today. And the journey has been beautiful. It's been a roller coaster, like I've said, and I love it for me. And I'm meeting new people. And I'm enjoying it. I don't say this much, but I love weddings. I really do. I love weddings. I look like meeting new people, especially people who are genuine. I love it so much. I've met beautiful people, beautiful friendships during my career of being a wedding planner. I love it so much. Met beautiful people, beautiful, kind-hearted people, people who are like my vibe, and beautiful people. And there are those who don't really want to continue being close after the wedding, which I understand. I know and I understand, which is also fine by me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, also. So, but otherwise, that is how I became a wedding planner. That is how I planned, loved my wedding, my process, and now we are in 2014. Um, love it. Love it. Love the journey. I recently celebrated another vendor's wedding. It was refreshing. It was so refreshing, and it reminded me. I should say most of the weddings, or most, if not all the weddings this year, reminded me of why I started. But let me talk about my last wedding, né? Sarde and Linda's wedding. Né? It was so refreshing being part of their wedding, or them allowing me to be part of their wedding, because a lot happened, hey? And I tell you, the guy lost his aunt during the wedding week, eh? But what I saw in him, and that was refreshing to see, was that the guy wanted to get married. You know, all he wanted was to get married. That is what I like, and it's so refreshing. It is pleasing to seeing that it is pleasing to seeing it is pleasing to seeing, or is it pleasing to see? Yeah, ne? To see that people are getting married for the right reasons. I love it, love it, love it, love it so much. And with everything happening for them, it's like, you know what? It's okay, Pamela. Let's just get married. Let's just go get married. I loved it so much. And I don't know about other people, I can't speak for them, but it's just nice seeing people getting married for the sake of getting married. So that is it. That's how I got into weddings. I love it here. I love it where I am right now. I guess that is it. So I'd like to ask of you to please like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do follow us on all our social media platforms. So with that said, bye bye. See you guys in the next video. It's not going to be entirely about weddings, the next podcast, but you'll see. You will see. So bye bye.